Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Venus and today we are going to be doing a deep stretch yoga sequence, and mainly for intermediates. If you are a beginner, a little more advanced, then you can go ahead and try it. As always, be sure to talk to your doctor and make sure you can do these moves without any way of hurting yourself. And always be sure to know, since it is intermediate, to know the correct position your body should be in as you do these poses. I'll give you a few tips, and then after that, you just have to do what is most comfortable for you. So we're going to start today in child's pose. You're going to sit on your knees there and bring your toes, big toes together. You can have your knees wide apart to the edge of the mat or close together. I'm going to make mine just kind of in the middle. And we're going to lean on down, stretching the hands out, clear out in front of you, drop the head. And let's breathe in and out of our nose. Smoothly and evenly, really concentrating on the breath throughout all of your yoga moves. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. In through the nose, out through the nose. Gently walk your fingers up. You're going to stop about halfway, and we are going to thread the needle while we're this way. So you're going to bring your arm up, clear, reach up to the sky, open your chest up a little bit, and drop it on through. Thread it, coming down on your shoulder and your ear. Breathing. Gently come back up, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. You're going to reach the hand up as you can get it, opening the chest. Breathing, and then thread it on through. Again, resting your ear on the mat. You can even walk your other hand out above if you'd like. A little more stretch on the outer shoulders. And bring it back up. From here, I want you to turn on your mat into a wide-legged fold. We're not going to fold down quite yet. We're going to stretch a little bit to the side. What I want you to do is raise one arm up. Either arm, nothing, just no right or wrong here, and just do your best. Open your chest up. Breathe. In each asana that we do, we're going to be in the pose for 3 breaths at least. So again, we'll do the opposite side. Bring your elbow down, your hand on the inside of your leg, and your other arm comes up and over, bringing your chest outward and breathing. Smiling, you got this. If you need to do like a breathing in your nose and out your mouth, that's perfectly fine too. Come back up, and now we're going to fold over to one leg, resting your head down on your knee. and breathing. Nice, smooth, even breath. Really opening up the hips, feeling a nice stretch in the hip, a nice stretch under your thigh, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Breathing. Come on back up. And before we fold down, I want you to bring your arms out in front of you. Breathe, and then just bring your head down. Just drop your head so you feel a nice stretch on your neck. Really deep, easy breaths. Really even breaths. Now go ahead and fold on down. You can have your legs open as wide as you can get them, or like me, I don't have them open too wide, but just do your best. Don't judge yourself. You're not in a competition in any way. You're just doing what your body can tell you, and each day will probably be a little different. So let's fold on down. Bring your arms out in front of you, maybe to the edge of your mat. Dropping the head down. Breathing. Keeping that nice breath going on, that nice breathing. See, pranayama. Take our hands and walk your fingertips back up. Take your hands and help your knees come up, especially after a wide-legged stretch like that. And then come onto your hands and knees into your tabletop position. Spreading your fingertips apart wide, really flattening your feet into the mat. Navel to spine. We are going to take one leg, whichever leg you prefer first. You're going to bring it up between the fingertips. You're kind of framing your foot. Take the other leg and you're going to gently slide on down to a really low lunge. Really feeling a nice stretch on your quadricep, your thigh, your hip, keeping the hips lined up with the mat. Shoulders rolled back. From here, you can walk your knee up a little bit. Bring that back leg up. You bring the back leg up to you. Take your hand around and down and back to grab your foot. Really sink into the front knee and pull your foot in towards you. Breathing and smiling. Like I said, you can have your eyes open or closed. Bring the chest up, shoulders back. Really lunging into that knee. Feeling a nice hip, a nice stretch on your quadricep, on the leg that you're holding your foot up. And then gently drop your foot down. And then come on back. And gently, you can stay either high here in a half split, or you can come down all the way and sit on your booty. I'm more comfortable sitting on my booty, but you could do it either way. Either way is fine. And just sitting here, you're gonna press your fingertips into the mat and look straight ahead. Roll your shoulders up and back so you feel that nice pinch in the shoulder blade, and it helps to lift up your chest. and breathe. And then from here, you can walk your fingertips forward and fold on down. Breathing a few times here. Really check out your breath. Check out how your body is. Make sure everything's lined up with the mat. Keeping the hips squared off. Sometimes we might tend to lean on that knee a little bit, or that leg that's bent. Walk the hands back up, and then I want you to just drop your leg out there into your half saddle pose, half saddle asana, and weight yourself on the mat. So you're sitting with your hips lined up, your foot on your saddle pose here is really close to the leg. I'm going to slide up just a little bit more here, and then gradually lower yourself back, lift up through the pelvis, and drop the elbows on down. Feeling that pinch, between the shoulder blades, shoulders back, looking up, looking up. You could bring your leg up if you're more comfortable, but just keep everything lined up, pelvis up. Breathe. Hey, princessa. My little yoga buddy. My little yoga buddy. And then we're going to come on up. Come all the way through and find our downward facing dog. Pedal it out just a little bit. Press back, press your chest back into your legs. Come on up on your toes, back down. We're going to drop down to our knees here. Make sure your knees are underneath the hips. Back up, get centered here on my mat. Top of the feet flat on the floor. You're going to bring your arms down. We're going to come into a puppy stretch. Really feel an arch through your back. Resting your forehead on the mat. We're going to go back and forth between our forehead on the mat and our chin. A lot of times I don't recommend your chin. If you have neck issues, just rest more on your forehead just to be safe. Let's take a breath in here and out. If you're comfortable, if you don't have neck issues, you can lift up and rest on your chin. Come back up on the forehead. Back down on the chin. Really feeling the arch in the bottom of your back. Back on the forehead. From here, you're going to raise up a little bit. And again, with the opposite leg, you're going to bring the foot through into your low lunge. Hands are framing the feet. There we go. Hips lined up as you slide down into your low lunge. Really pick yourself up there to try to get your back really tall. If you want to, you can kind of bring your hand up on your knee. Breathing, navel to spine as much as you can. And then come on up and roll back. You could stay up high here for your half split, or you can come down on your butt Again, sitting up really tall. Before you fold on down. Resting the head on your knee, on your calf, wherever is more comfortable. And we'll go ahead and come on up here. And from here, you're going to bring your knee forward and grab the back of your leg. Pressing that foot into you and coming down on your knee more. Not too far past your toe or not past the big toe. Opening up through your chest. And gently drop your foot down. And let's come back into another downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths here, come back to your breath. Shake your head loose a little bit. We're really working more of through our hip area, our lower back, but we'll do a little bit through our arms and shoulders too. Just really concentrating on deeply stretching in the legs and the hips and the back. And then come down onto your knees. And this time we're going to just come all the way down into your Sphinx pose. Pelvis flat into the mat. Rolling the shoulders back, top of the feet in the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. And from here, I want you to drop your head. We'll work a little bit on the neck. Just tucking the chin down. Let's take a few deep breaths here. And then let's come up again. We're going to bring our feet up this time. Keeping the feet behind you. Let's raise, push yourself way up into your cobra pose. You can bring your hands to the corner of the mat. Cobra pose and tip the head back gently, not too far, just gently. Navel to spine, navel off of the ground. And slowly come on down. We're going to come back into our last downward facing dog. Walk your feet up, pressing into the chest. Pedal out once more. Let's bring one foot behind us a little bit, pushing on that heel, pressing through the calf. Bring it back up and do the same thing on the other side. Pressing back on the chest again. Let's take a few deep breaths here. Now from here, you're going to come into your low lunge again. So lift your leg up. Let's bend it open, keeping the hips lined up with the floor. Breathe in. Bring your foot through again between the hands. Dropping down to your low lunge. You're going to come back. This time we're going to go into our full split. If you can do the full splits, great. I cannot. But like I said, we're not trying to outdo each other here. We're just doing what is best for our body. And for stretching, I'm going to walk on back a little bit with my hands and slowly slide the leg back as far as you can get it without pain or hurting yourself. Now, from here, what I like to do sometimes is come down, bring the hand over so it's beside your leg, and bring your elbows down to the ground like a railroad track. And just hang out, letting your back foot relax, back leg relax, keeping the hips lined up. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And sometimes gravity will just kind of take its course and help you slide down a little bit further into your split, but otherwise go by your breath. As long as your breath is nice and easy, you're good. If it starts becoming uneasy, you know you went too far in the pose and you need to come up a little bit. All right, I'm going to slowly walk up here and switch and come back into your tabletop. Breathe. One more time, breathe in. Navel to spine. Now let's do the same with the other leg. Back into your low lunge on the opposite side. Again, slide that foot back. The other one you want to bring up in front of you as far as you can. Really pressing through more of your hip area, keeping the hips lined up with the mat, pressing through. And then take your other hand, if it makes it easier, and bring them both in front. And you're just hanging out here, letting gravity do the work for you. Like I said, keep a really stable breath here, nice and smooth. You got this. One more breath. And then slowly bring your hand back over and lift on up and bring your foot through. We're going to come into another child's pose here with your knees together this time. And bring your arms in back. Resting your head down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do that a couple more times. Really relaxing the shoulders down. Nice steady breath. One more time, we are going to come up, back into that tabletop just to transition. Go ahead this time and bring your foot up again. Instead of framing your hand, we're going to bring our foot up. Again, letting the hip slide back, pressing through the pelvis. In your reclined pigeon pose, you have your knee behind your hand. Think as far down as you could go. Breathing. And then bring your hands down in front of you, resting on that leg. Take a few breaths here. Now we'll walk our fingers back up, our hands back up. Get a nice stretch in the back there. And we'll set ourselves up to do the pigeon on the other side, relaxed pigeon. Again, you want to bring your knee up to the back of your hand. Same hand, sliding the hip back, keeping it level with the floor. And then go ahead and walk your hands down, resting the head on the hands. And slowly walk on back up. Press up into the hands. Just a slight arch. You don't have to arch too far. All right, and we can pull our leg in front. So we're sitting it up tall in our staff pose, flag pose. Hold on down, or you can go. And from here, we're gonna slowly roll down, palms facing up, ever so slowly, navel to spine. Slowly, inch by inch, vertebra by vertebra. Come on down and relax. If you need to get centered on your mat a little bit, go ahead and get yourself situated. Let's bring one leg up, pull it into your chest. Go ahead and rotate your foot one way and rotate your foot the other way. Bring your leg back down. We'll do the same thing on the opposite leg. Pulling the knee into the chest. Rotating one way, rotating the next opposite. And pull your feet down. Pressing back through your heels, try to bring your toes towards you to get more stretch in your calf. Bring both knees up this time. Rock side to side. Just a little bit of cooling down here. Let's do one knee at a time. Let's pull our ankles in towards our thighs, pushing out the legs with the elbows. Trying to keep your shoulders on the mat, bottom of the feet together. Bring the feet together. Bring your legs to each side of your mat. Let's windshield wiper them back and forth. Before we drop them on down. Bring your feet to the corners of the mat, melting the shoulders into the mat, your back into the mat, palms facing up. Take some breaths here, a couple of deep breaths. Rock the head side to side. My favorite, drawing a circle with your nose one way a couple times, and the opposite direction a couple times. Breathe in, breathe out. let's turn on our sides, our side in our fetal position, and we'll push ourselves up. I want to thank you again for joining me on this deep stretch yoga. If you made it to the end of the video, you are awesome. And I hope you got a little bit of a challenge out of it too. And we will close with the chant of Om one time, or exhale and inhale. Om. Namaste. See you soon.